All right, so today we're going to review the credit card debt of this husband and wife. And we're going to see what they can do to get out of this debt mess that they got into. So to be clear, they have other debt, including over $100,000 in student loans, as well as some personal loans dabbled in with that. So they've got more debt than just, credit card debt. So let's see what she has to say about how much credit card debt she has on each one of these credit cards. Now, you might be wondering, okay, who is this guy talking to me and why should I listen to him? Well, currently, I have no debt besides a mortgage on a rental property that I have, and I'm in my 50s. Now, you can also check out the link in the description area to download a free budget tracker that we have for you to help you track your budget. Okay, so let's go through the video, see what kind of debt she has.
Let's do this. My husband and I are in a lot of debt, and we're finally in a season where we can start to pay that debt off a little more aggressively than just making the minimum monthly payments. Let's move on to our credit card debt, which is really our priority right now. I take a sip before this. As of today, we have 6 credit cards. We're just going to name them credit card 1, credit card 2, credit card 3, etc. I'm also not going to go into the why behind this credit card debt right now. I can do that in another video. And if you're curious about it, I would love to share some of those stories. We all have stories where hardships hit and we had to do what we could to survive. Credit card number 1. Current balance is $7,513.
All right, this first credit card, I'm going to say this is the lowest amount of debt they have out of the 6 credit cards. So really, this is not really a good start. So let's continue on.
Credit card number 2 is $8,912.74.
All right, she doesn't really say in this video what, she bought, but I'm dying to know what it is that she did go out and spend all this money on and rack up this debt.
Credit card number 3. The current balance is $10,229.91.
All right, now the bad thing is each credit card that she goes through, the numbers keep getting higher and higher, and that's just not a good trend at all for this. So let's see how things keep going here.
Credit card 4. The balance is $10,317.05. Credit card number 5. Current balance is $11,812.86. And I saved the best for last. Or maybe the most tragic. Credit card number 6. Current balance is $16,582.43.
All right, so at least we're at the end of the credit card debt. But over $16,000 on the last credit card is just crazy. I know she's laughing about it, which, not really sure why. Maybe she's cried so much she just wants to laugh now. I just don't understand why you would laugh about that much debt. But maybe that's all she can do. So the total of debt, $63,227. Like I said earlier, what are you buying? Like, what are you putting on the credit card? Like, did you both lose your job and then you're just trying to survive? I could understand that. But if you're just buying things, that's insane. You should not be racking up $63,000 on credit cards. Okay, now we want to look at how much they're losing in interest with 6 credit cards and over $63,000 in credit card debt. So in the first scenario, we're just going to assume that they're paying like 10% interest rate and they're making $1,000 a month of payments. I'm going to tell you this is highly unlikely that they're paying only 10% on credit cards, but let's just look at these numbers real quick. Paying $1,000 at 10%, it would take 7 years and 7 months to pay off these credit cards. And the total interest that they would pay is $26,958. Now, I don't think that would ever happen with the 10%. So what I want to do is look at a second scenario. And this time the interest rate is 18%, which is more likely to be what the credit card would be. So an 18% interest rate, we'll say they're paying $1,000 a month again. It would take 16 years and 8 months to pay off the total, of their credit cards. And then the interest that they would pay during that time period is $135,873. So if you want to break it down, to what they're losing monthly, they're losing $700. So the first $700 they make every month is going to pay off that credit card debt and goes to make other people rich. That's basically what you're doing, is you're making other people rich. So if you look at it, $700 a month you lose is equal to working 28 hours, for the month at $25 an hour. If you have, $25 an hour job. If you make more, then it's less. If you make less, then it'll take longer. So the first 28 hours that you are working at that job, that's 3.5 days, is going to go towards paying off your credit card debt every month. Now, they have a plan to get out of debt. Let's see what their plan is and see what we think about it.
Our current running balance of credit card debt is $63,227. We are going all in and being extremely aggressive on how much we are paying per month. Credit card debt is very stressful. There's a lot of shame around it, and it can feel really isolating. But I don't look at this number with fear anymore. If you have debt that you're afraid to face, I really encourage you to face it. Stare at it until it doesn't scare you anymore.
So I'm going to be honest, that is really good that her and her husband take responsibility for their debt and don't blame like the government or their family or anyone else for the mess that they got themselves into. And I'm not judging. I'm just amazed by how much debt they have racked up in nothing. No assets or businesses that I can tell. Okay, so she really didn't give a plan in the video on how they were planning to get out of the debt. So here's what I would do if I was them to get out of debt. 1, I would track everything that I spend for 30 days. Discover where are we spending money? What can we eliminate immediately? Don't go out to eat. Don't take vacations. It's time to pay off debt. Okay, number 2, once you see the extra money you have after paying all the necessary bills, what you want to do is take that money, start paying the highest interest rate credit card first, and then you just keep paying that until it's paid off. Number 3, then you take that extra money from that payment you were making on that credit card and you funnel that into paying off the next highest interest rate credit card. And you just keep doing this. Number 4, you just keep doing this until all the credit cards are gone. Then 5, you take all that extra cash coming in, pay off all your student loans and the personal loans, and get rid of all your debt that is debt that's not helping you and useless. Now, this is how I would get out of debt, and paying one piece of debt at a time is really the best way to do this.
I take this debt really seriously, and my husband and I take full responsibility and accountability for every single dollar of this debt. It doesn't matter the reason that we're in it. Everybody has a story and reasons behind their debt, and we shouldn't judge anyone. I certainly don't. So here it is, $63,000 in credit card debt, and this is where it all began.
I hope her and her husband stick to their plan or are able to get out of debt quickly and, really hunker down. Let me know in the comments if you have credit card debt and if you're working to get out of debt. And then hit the like and subscribe for more financial reviews. And then stay out of debt, my friends, unless it's good debt.